Dear participant, I am Caroline Lemon, the Director General of the International Dairy Federation. I am pleased with this opportunity to speak briefly on the dairy sector as an essential contributor to the UN Sustainable Development Goals and part of the sustainable food system, and to illustrate how the global dairy sector is committed and dynamic. Before we go into more detail, it's important to remind ourselves that the story of the global dairy sector is strong. 1 billion people livelihood depend on dairy. 6 billion consumer benefits from dairy. 20% of the world agricultural lands are cared for by the dairy sector. And at the global level, milk contributes an average of 5% of energy, 10% of protein, and 9% of fat. Few words about us. IDF is a global dairy expertise since 1903. IDF purpose is to connect and empower the global dairy sector to nourish the world with safe, nutritious, and sustainable dairy. Our mission is to strengthen the global dairy sector by collecting, extending, managing, and sharing science-based dairy expertise and insight for policy development and standard setting at national and international level. The global dairy sector has expressed its commitment to sustainable development in 2016 with the Dairy Declaration of Rotterdam, signed by the IDF and the UN Food and Agriculture Organization, as known as FAO. 26 countries and 2 regional dairy associations have signed it since then, including the US, who signed the declaration in October 2017. The former UN Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, said it well at the IDF World Dairy Summit in Korea in 2018. Milk is perfection. He acknowledged dairy's contribution to the SDGs when he stated, "The dairy sector plays a leading role in international efforts to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, which are aimed at socioeconomic transformation, to eradicate poverty and hunger, and to construct a sustainable world where humanity can enjoy better education, healthcare, and equality." It is important to remind, particularly to national government, that dairy contributes to every UN Sustainable Development Goals. And it is different in every country. Every country has their own specificity. But for example, we are engaging in school milk programs around the world and action into climate as well, such as the Pathways to Dairy Net Zero initiative and national commitment, can also be used as example of how we contribute to the SDGs. The global dairy sector also has a specific commitment on climate action. The Pathways to Dairy Net Zero Declaration was launched on September 22, 2021, and now more than 100 leading organizations, including 11 of the 20 largest dairy companies around the world, are supporting the initiative. We encourage you to join it if you haven't done it so. The dairy sector has been active in the last years. For example, the Dairy Sustainable Framework has been developed 12 years ago to provide overarching goals and alignment of the sector action globally on the path to sustainability. 11 indicators were developed and reporting started in 2020. Promoting the sharing of best practices, common language, and collaboration to continuously improve sustainable performance is one of the objectives. Another example of the dynamism of our sector is all the guidance developed with the help of the dairy sector to substantially reduce its environmental impact, such as on carbon footprint, on water, and on biodiversity, as well as all the work we've been doing on animal health and welfare to improve on the productivity. We also have been active in developing methodologies and sustainable practices. Please watch out for our upcoming publication on promote eco-friendly and energy-saving dairy technologies, as well as ecosystem services from the dairy sector. We are also proud to present very soon an in-depth revise of the IDF Global IDF common methodology for life cycle assessment of dairy production and processing, which was first published in 2010. The guide is designed to assist the dairy industry with its journey to reducing GHG emission across the value chain. The Dairy Sustainability Outlook series presents case studies of sustainable practices and innovation across the dairy sector from several countries. I also encourage you to visit the section of our website devoted to the Dairy Declaration of Rotterdam, where you can find more case studies on dairy's contribution to the SDGs, such as Let's Eat Healthy case study from the Dairy Council of California. We welcome your contribution in showcasing the numerous programs and activity currently ongoing in the global dairy sector and in the United States. I would like to thank the Dairy Council of California for its active contribution to the IDF. Sharing example, good practices is part of our mandate and can support and inspire dairy sector and decision maker around the world, particularly in demonstrating the contribution of milk and dairy in healthy eating patterns. The objective of the IDF School Milk Knowledge Hub is to make available research, reference document, and case study to scale up and improve school milk. Designed to celebrate and encourage innovation practices across the global dairy sector, the International Dairy Federation has recently launched the IDF Dairy Innovation Awards in partnership with Zenith Global and supported by the N-Line sponsorship from Tetra Pak. With a particular focus on sustainability, both in terms of environment care and positive social impact, the award seeks to stimulate innovation practice that improve farming and processing of milk and dairy food. New technologies such as robotic, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, alternative energy applied to dairy are some of the cutting-edge processes that organizers expect to find among registered candidates. The entries can be submitted from April 1st to July 1st through IDF website. Within 12 categories, including innovation in sustainable farming practices, innovation in sustainable processing, innovation in research and development, innovation in packaging, innovation in school milk program, and innovation in climate action. The discussion on sustainability, sustainable food system, climate action, biodiversity is ongoing and in various international fora, and we need to remain engaged and continue to promote actively the substantial contribution of dairy to a healthy diet and sustainable food system. On March 16 to 18 was held the first meeting of the newly created Subcommittee on Livestock by the FAO Committee on Agriculture, which was a great opportunity for member countries to share their support and program on livestock. I did not have time to address the nutrition aspect, but it is important to mention that an agreed definition, metrics and measurement of what constitute healthy diet within sustainable food system are crucial, as it will impact on policy development, including labeling and tax. IDF has been looking at how to determine and recognize ways of making sure that multiple aspects of sustainability, nutrition and health, environment domain, as well as social, cultural, and economic impact are also included in future model of healthy diet for sustainable food system. Please engage with your government at all levels and contribute to IDF work. This presentation intended to be a very quick review of all the ways in which IDF and the global dairy sector have been engaging in sustainable practice supporting the delivery of the UN SDGs. For further information, you can visit our website at www.field-idf.org. And thank you for the opportunity. I will be attending the virtual event, and do not hesitate to contact me for any question or further discussion. Thank you.